adult transformations of identity. Now, there have been studies that talk about or that provide evidence of how adult identities change over time after the learning of second language. If we are to take the example of Norton's study again, because this seems to be very relevant, and she explores the changes in the social identity of the immigrant speakers of English language. And specifically, she focuses on the struggles in their everyday life and how do they actually claim the right to speak and to be heard within an immigrant context. To take a few examples, we have Eva, for instance. She is an unskilled immigrant coming to Canada, and she does not know any English at all. And from there on, from these margins of the society, by learning English language, she is able to transform into a multicultural citizen, because now, after learning her English language, she is able to communicate, she is able to interact with her immediate surroundings and participate in what is going on. So, by learning English, it is not just that she can just do a job, but then she also gains this power to impose reception. Now, what does this mean, impose reception? This means that by gaining her proficiency gradually over the years in English language, she is able to make other people hear her out. So where earlier other people would dismiss her because of her broken English language, she was heard attentively and she was able to get what she wanted. You have Martina again in this Canadian immigrant context. She is Czech-speaking. She is a mother who initially only has been relying on her children to help her negotiate her communication with other people. And then once she learns this English language, she becomes independent, and this independence somehow triggers her motivation to learn English language even more. And not only this, you see that this Martina, who has been very submissive at work and who has been bullied, almost bullied at work, she is able to reassert her status. She is able to actually strengthen her position and to speak out for something if something is wrong or if something is not according to how things should be. So that is a complete transformation of her identity. Now, what do these studies tell us? These studies tell us, A, that identity and language learning are related. So whenever learners will see a language as more powerful, their motivation to learn the language will be greater, because all of us would like to sort of develop a more empowered identity. The second thing we learn over here, and which must be kept in mind, is that the examples, although drawn from the learning of English, it does not really mean that by learning English in any context you can get what these people have been trying to get. This is just a farce. I mean, this is it really depends on the language of the context which is valued, and if you have that kind of linguistic capital, then you would like to invest yourself in language learning and to be able to use that linguistic capital to engage in widening your participation in your social context.